Well, folks, we did it. Tom Shanks reached VR 14 in only 42 hours. Yes, you're probably wondering, and I've got a million questions on veteran rank leveling, power leveling, grinding specifically. This video is going to answer the question, what do you do after the way rest grind? How do you get to VR 14 so fast? It's going to be for the Daggerfall Covenant faction, but we have grind spots for everywhere else, thanks to my friend Parfax ESO. So if you want to know how I got to VR 14 so fast, stay tuned and watch this video. You're probably wondering why I have a to-do list chart, and I'm going to explain the 6 things that we need to do in chronological order so that way we can grind very, very fast. First, you're going to complete the main story quest at the Harborage. Complete the Coldharbor story quest, which will give you access to Cadwell Silver. The reason we want to access Cadwell Silver, it unlocks the map, which gives you more Sky Shards, lore books, and everything else, but really we want higher level mobs. The higher level mobs, as we progress, the faster the grind goes. We're going to complete Cadwell Silver, and we're going to get into Cadwell's Gold, which will allow us to grind up higher and higher mobs, and then we grind to VR 14, and that's it. So you have a few hours of story quest, and then really it's just grinding on through if you do it in this specific order. So here's my Khajiit after finishing one of the main story quests at the Harborage. In order to access the next story, all you need to do is go to the most recent town you just visited right outside the Harborage, come here just to inside the town, and he appears again. So then you just go right back to the Harborage where you just visited, do the next quest, rinse and repeat. That's just simply how you power through these as fast as possible. The first quest that we're going to go tackle is on the far west of the map, as you can see from here. What you're looking for is an area around the Way Shrine that has this little abandoned pack. This is going to unlock the quest series, the chain, that's going to get you inside that furthermost western area. What you're trying to do is free the leader of the Fighters Guild in order to remake that Coldharbor city. So all you're doing here is searching the camp, do a couple quests with the Lamias and these Wood Elves to get access to that guy that you need. Remember, once you go back to the main city, the Coldharbor, talk to the guy. Make sure he takes over command of the Fighters Guild, because I've screwed that up and been looking around forever on what to do. But that's all you gotta do for the first quest. Next quest up is on the far east of the map, near the public dungeon, far, far east. But you're going to be on the main road, and you're going to encounter a crazy old, what is it, Baron Aquilarius. You know, the dude who thinks he's like the best mage ever. He's pretty good, but he needs a kick in the butt to get him through all this quest. Now this one is quite a long quest, so do this because you're going to go way down deep into some areas, tons of mobs. So if you have a good hour ahead of you, do this. Both of these take about 30 minutes together, maybe an hour, especially if you're experienced with it. So have some time in front of you. Overall, you can complete this in about 2 to 3 hours doing all of these quests. And once you get this done, it unlocks these Fighters Guild, Mages Guild needed to push forward through the middle path of Coldharbor. You're about ready to complete the main story along with the Coldharbor quest. And this is where you can start seeing the progress after you get this. 2 or 3 hours left, get this thing done, and then we get access to Cadwell Silver. And let me explain that. Next thing you want to do after completing the main story is click on this stone in Cadwell's at the main Harborage. It's going to unlock the next faction in the series, which I think is really cool. The important thing I want you to get out of this is your journal now has another tab on top, Cadwell's Almanac. It tells you where you need to go and what you need to do, and check marks off various locations and major quest line. So you have to go to Ordon, Grotwood, Greenshade, Malabator, and Reaper's Mark to finish all these quests. I'll tell you right now, for Daggerfall Covenant, we go to Silver and Aldermary Dominion. It takes about 1 hour to power through the quest in each zone, and 2 hours in good old Greenshade. So roughly 6 hours of questing here at max speed will get you through this. You don't have to do side quests, just these things. So what you're looking for is your map markers to see where these places are. Go there, get the quest, and do it. If it lights up white, what that means is that you've actually walked by the place or discovered it. If you have a check mark, it means you've done all the quest. If it's darkened out, that means you have not discovered it and you have not completed the quest. So all you're doing is reading where to go, go to the next place, and it usually has a chain of quests. So you start in Vocal Guard, it leads you on to the next points and next points. Look at this frequently. This is your main guide to do all the quests. Whatever faction you're in, whatever zone you're in, this is your bread and butter. You have to complete this about 6 hours. The very first grind spot we're going to go to is in Green Shade. Shadows crawl a little bit south of the center. And there's some zombies in here. We're just going to make a big circle. It's somewhat difficult because the archers will stun you, but let me show you the loop that I do and found most effective. This is about 1 million XP per hour. Alright, we're in Shadows Crawl here, and we're going to start doing the grind. And the very first one is pulling it right here, everything in the center. If you have a partner with you, one goes left, one goes right, and all you're doing is trying to hit the mobs with one ranged attack, bring them into the center, drop ultimates, nuke them. They're undead in Daedra, and the archers will stun you, but you want to bring them to the center as best you can, just like that, so it's not exactly the easiest, but it's very, very effective. Those kills right there, that's probably equal to 2 or 3 quests, and it took me, a minute 30 seconds to do it. You're also going to pick off ones that are kind of outliers because you want the respawn timer to pick up, and use something that has a lot of speed, whether you're treating maneuvers, you're a Nightblade, doing dodge roll with the bow, something. Maneuverability is key, getting that max time. So we're going to go to the left a little bit here and kill a couple guys in the back. Now, you can go to the next spot right away, but you want the respawns to be up, everything to be up. So it's worth it just to take your time and kill a couple guys here and there. Next, we're at the next major pull, and so I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going left, I'm going to hit these guys to the north, he's going to go right and go south, we're going to bring him to the middle, and we're going to ulti dump on him, and this is it. I mean, it's not that fun, but it's super effective. So here we go, boom, soul tether, come on Delta, use a soul tether. Oh, I guess I didn't, why didn't I? We're killing him so fast. And then for tips as far as grinding goes, if you're Nightblade, use siphoning attacks. It's super, super helpful because you get basically resources all day, the entire time. You're a Templar, you're going to use Repentance to get stamina. After you get down to this part, mount your horse, zoom on back, or just, sprint down there, use retreating maneuvers. Time is money. Kill these guys as you pull up, and just pull again. It's that simple. The nice thing about this grind too is there is a vendor nearby. And you can make about 10,000 every 15-20 minutes just looting and selling all your stuff. So it's one of the best grinds in the game. And that's all you have to do. Some other tips here. Templar, you want Repentance. Dragonites, you're going to get your ultimate. Using ultimate to get resources. Also, the third ability in the Fighters Guild is really going to help you kill these much easier. So think about using that. Sorks, well, here are Sorks, so you can use the ability that channels and just gives you resources. But every class has a way to kind of make this easy, and that's all you do. Well, next grind up is an East March, and it's called Wistar. RIP my favorite grind. I haven't told this to a lot of people, but it's super, super effective, so here you go, guys. You can do it. You're going to go in a circle. It's super easy, and you're killing blood fiends. There's basically no pressure. You're just going in a circle, murdering these blood fiends over and over, and it's about 1.2 million an hour if you're doing it with XP potions and a buddy. So same thing applies. You're just getting Camel Hunter up. There's a pull behind this house, this back house you're going to do. So you're going to have one buddy pull these other things. I'm going to shoot the skeevers. You're going to pull these down below. You're going to come group up together and then nuke them. And boom. So I'm just nuking them here. You want something with AoE. And in fact, use just basically 1 or 2 abilities on your bar. One for survival, one for damage, like AoE, Steel Tornado, or Impulse. And then level up some other abilities. Like abilities you don't even want to use, you might as well get them leveled up. Here's this big pull here, so I'm going to hit these 3 or 4 zombies. And if you have a buddy, they can run through the center and grab 2 or 3 more. You bring them right here, and you just nuke them, ulti-bomb. Or just kill them with acid sprays here. And that pull right there, I mean, that's equivalent to 4 or 5 quests. I mean, that's what, 10,000 XP that pull or something? It's just ridiculous. You're going to sprint over here, kill these tater tots, 3 or 4 of them. Speed is everything. That's why I love using a bow for this. Then I grab these guys and I bring them to this hill right here. And then usually an ulti bump, dump, boom, soul tether. And that's really the grind. And you go back, and now you have to do it clockwise. You can't do it counterclockwise. Okay, that's a joke. You can do it whatever way you want. And you come back right here. You're going to grab this guy and go to the right. My partner would. Otherwise, I go up north here, grab these little tater tots, bring it back down, and just nuke them. It's that simple. This is 1.2 million an hour. And this what takes you to VR14. It's not the most fun, but it is effective. You know, get some Deltia's gaming videos on, maybe tune into the Mav Show stream, and have fun grinding your face off. Honestly, gang, that's exactly how I got my guide to VR14 so quickly. Remember a couple things. After I share these grind spots, they're probably going to be a little bit packed. There's always another grind spot. There's always a way to find another grind, tons and tons of density mobs. So you're probably going, Deltia, what if I'm X, Y, or Z faction? My good friend Parfax has already had tons and tons of videos for you guys to watch on specifically grinding. So let me show you this. Parfax ESO, I will list it in the chat. He goes over DC Aldemary Dominion grinds, where to go, why, and how to pull the mobs. So I will link those in the description. If you're on another faction and this doesn't work for you, please visit his videos. It's not just because I want you guys to click on someone else's ESO, it's just that they already exist. So it doesn't make sense for me to kind of do something else if Parfax has already done it, who's a good friend of mine. He also has some really other good videos on there, so think about giving him a follow and a subscribe. That's it. It's really that simple. I will try to monitor the comments as I can. You're going to benefit from partnering up using XP potions, but you don't have to. You can still do it solo. You can still not use XP potions, but those things are optimal and will give you the best bang for your buck. Thank you so much. And last thing is so important is do the quest the first time through. Try, at least. It's a great story. It's a really, really fun game. And the developers have put so much time, passion, and energy behind the quest and the story. I feel like it's necessary to tell you guys at least one time, go through it all. It's worth it. Endgame's going to be there. Trust me, it's going to be there. I didn't even reach Endgame for 6 months because I was doing all the quests. But enough lecture time, play the game how you want, and hopefully this gives you the tools that you can get to endgame if you want really, really fast. Because it seems painful in ESO, but it's not that bad. Thanks for watching. More videos to come.